Okay, everybody, we're officially live. Hello, hello. How are you guys doing this week?
Good, you?
Doing alright. You guys ready for more Tyranny of Dragons?
I'm hype.
I'm ready to die.
As I said earlier, that's the spirit. Alright, so this is going to be episode 2 for the We All Roll Together group, taking on Tyranny of Dragons. This is Hoard of the Dragon Queen, so this is the first half. But last time was our first episode, and you guys started kind of shortly outside of Greenest. And as you guys approached, you saw thick plumes of smoke and could hear the sounds of screams and small dots of bodies running throughout the town. And Falori Orebringer, the dwarf that had commissioned you to help protect him on the way to Greenest, wasn't having any of it. So you guys asked that he go and alert any nearby settlements or towns that the town is under attack. And with his short little dwarven legs, he ran off into the distance while you guys burst into action, sneaking your guys' way towards Greenest to get a better look. And upon entering and kind of sneaking through alleyways and whatnot, you ran into a small family of survivors running away from a group of kobolds. And you guys jumped in to help, seeing as the father of the family was severely wounded and limping quite badly, so their speed was quite low. But you guys rescued them, slayed the kobolds, and Linan Swift, the woman that you kind of helped fight with, suggested that you guys get to the Greenest Keep, which is kind of in the center of town on top of a rather steep hill. So you guys, with the family in tow, I think you guys kind of just carried most of the family. I think Gru, you picked up the kids, and somebody carried the father.
Did.
Yep.
Tom did, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, carrying these people, snuck your way, avoiding many battles. But you guys had the idea of climbing kind of the side of the hill rather than going all the way around to reach the sloping path that kind of aids traversing up the hill. And you guys kind of slipped and fell on your way up, but you guys managed to kind of keep your stealth pretty well, barely dodging getting seen. But you guys made it up to the top of the hill and entered the Greenest Keep, whereas shortly after, the portcullis was slammed shut, and the guards did their best to kind of barricade it. And a group of attackers had kind of launched an attack against the portcullis, but I think with your guys' help, you kind of drove them off. Grugra shot a couple of eldritch blasts at them, scaring them off. But But now that you guys were in the keep, you guys met with Governor Nighthill, the governor of Greenest, and he kind of asked for your help, and kind of showed you the landscape, showing you that the town was indeed heavily under attack, many of the buildings on fire, and plenty of ruffians running amok, causing trouble. But from Nighthill, from his intel and what you guys collected from the kobolds, you guys know that they're collecting treasures, they're collecting shinies. So they are pretty much just pillaging. But Governor Nighthill wanted more information, so he asked that you guys, right as he was asking, a perfect example walked into view. A cultist wearing kind of like dark purple robes, and they looked different from the other robed figures running amok here in town, asking that you guys capture one of the commanders of this group. seeing as the mercenaries and kobolds and low-level cultists didn't really have much information. They were given orders to come here, and that's about all they know. So they want to interrogate somebody that has intel. And he asks that you bring them alive and in good mental standing. But you also learned of an old ancient tunnel that was kind of used as an escape route here in the keep that hasn't been used in a very long time. So you guys got to meet the dwarf. Let's see. I'm trying to remember his name. I know it starts with a C. Give me 1 second. I can find him.
Castellan Escobar.
Castellan. There you go. Yes, thank you. In my NPC list. I don't know where I left. But you guys convinced him that you're trying to help, and he gave you guys the keys. I believe you guys also got to meet the apprentice medic that is doing his damnedest to keep people alive. But he is kind of shell-shocked from the whole situation himself, and he handed over a healer's kit and some potions before having to go and tend to the other villagers. You guys elected to go through the tunnel, and upon reaching the end, you found that the lock was heavily rusted over, and it took a little bit of elbow grease to get open. And while Gino was kind of fumbling with the key and trying to get it open, rats began to pour from the stone walls and began rushing towards you like a filthy, vile wave of vermin. And yeah, you guys quickly kicked the rusty door open and got out and slammed it behind you. But shortly after getting out on the other side, you guys could kind of hear the sound of water from this kind of creek or brook kind of running through the town. But you also heard voices coming closer, so you guys elected to jump into the nearby tree line, taking cover and kind of crouching down to get a better look. And you saw 3 mercenary-looking ruffians kind of walking up the water line here, and you could overhear them saying that there has to be a secret entrance to the keep somewhere, and they were very slowly moving along the bank here, looking around, and one of them peered into the tree line and gave a nasty smile as he had spotted someone in the group based on stealth rolls. And I think that's kind of where we left off. So, what we're going to start with, let me go ahead and get you guys over to the map. Oh, hey, let me go ahead and minimize this real quick. Alright, cool. You guys should be on the map now, kind of help illustrate what's going on. And let me get this here. Now, before we begin, Sidmoos, I need you to roll me a stealth check. Nice, okay, so you are pretty stealthy. But upon being seen, you, Toma, Grugresh, and Antonia, you could hear the trees and bushes behind you begin to rustle. And as you look over your shoulder, you see that Gino is nothing but a blur as he runs off. And he kind of just vanishes from sight. Without a word, he just takes off.
Sounds for a coward.
Hey, at least Gino popped into the stream. Gino's taking a hike apparently. Okay, so Sidmoos, you are on the other side of the bank, and as you are kind of stealthing your way around, you see 3 ruffians making their way towards a tree line, and they all have their weapons drawn. Is there anything you'd like to do?
By chance, did I see the group inside the trees that they're going after?
Give me a perception check. Let's see. I don't know if that's...
Nope.
Yeah, so you don't see any of them, but you've been watching these ruffians for a little while, and they've been very slowly kind of tracing this river, and now they're suddenly branching off, and the smiles that they have on are not pleasant ones. And the fact that they've also drawn their weapons kind of gets you an idea that they might have seen something.
Sure. And at the very least, I'm well enough aware that they are the instigators causing havoc around the city.
Yes.
I will let them know how I feel about that. Can I take an attack on them?
You sure can.
Okay, I'm going to attack.
Go ahead.
Oh, nice, a token, thank you.
Yeah.
Attack with my short bow. If I'm hiding, do I get advantage on that?
You sure do.
Cool. Let's try it.
Their passive perceptions are not high enough to beat that, and their focus is entirely on the group within the trees.
Oof.
Wow,
Double
2
11.
11s. Wow. Let me see. That is enough to... Ooh, never mind. That does not hit.
Sure.
Dang, +8? Holy crap.
Alright, so as you fire, your arrow does glance off one of their shoulders. They have like kind of bits of armor, and your arrow glances off one of their shoulder plates, and they all kind of stop and look back.
As soon as I see that happen, I'm firing a crossbow at one of them too, because I'm still hidden as well.
Okay, yeah, so go ahead and launch your attack.
Okay, and I get advantage as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh my god.
Jeez. Alright.
Rough rolls today.
I know.
Everything.
Okay, so with that, I need everybody to roll initiative then.
I'm guessing 12 misses.
Yes, it does. Same thing with you, Toma. So let me get my initiative tracker going. I think these were...
No, I wanted to shoot my crossbow and then immediately switch to my shield and spear. It was just like a one shot and then I'm getting ready.
Okay,
Oh, I forgot to click on my character, thanks.
that's fine. Okay, he's gone.
Boom.
Ooh, Antonia got a 20, that's good. Gru got a 14,
Let's
we got a
keep
20.
this energy going.
I got a 22. It said the thing that you wanted to send the result of this to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected. It did that again.
Oops.
Yeah, okay. It does that. And let me roll for these guys real quick. Boom. Public roll. Normal roll. Public roll. Should probably... Sorry, just not a fan of getting caught. That's what Gina says as he sprints off into the distance.
Pussy.
Coward.
Ascending. Okay. So we now officially have our turn order. As you guys kind of launch these attacks against them, your arrows kind of glancing off their armor, they kind of look kind of shocked for a second, and the leader goes, "I think we're under attack, boys." But
What kind of armor are they wearing?
let me find out. They are wearing chain
Oh, okay.
chain shirts and shields.
Gotcha.
But Toma, you are at the top of the round. You're first to go.
Okay. I am going to move up there and make an attack with my short spear. I'm going to do like a feint to the middle of his body, hoping to get his shield coming in, and then bring it around for a slash to like his like upper like face and shoulder area.
Okay.
15.
Oh, 15 almost hits.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. You manage to kind of like nick his chin, and you see a little bit of blood trickle down, but it is not enough to do any significant amount of damage, Toma. These guys are pretty armored. Okay. But anything else, Toma?
That's all I got, man.
All right, Sibmoose, you're up next.
Sibmoose knocks another arrow and yells out, "Sibmoose, help!" And he's going to take another shot.
Okay. Which one in particular are you going for?
Is this like you said it's like a creek, like pretty easy to get through?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take a shot at this dude right here.
Okay. Go for it then.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man. Where's all those high rolls from last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit, unfortunately.
Sure.
This is looking good, guys.
And,
Kobold part 2.
Mm.
Sibmoose will take a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and will sit tight.
Okay. Antonia, you are up next.
Okay, so I'll go right by Toma and attack that same enemy.
All right, so make that great club swing.
Girl, get him.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, yes.
There we go.
20. Yep, 23
Please
is
tell
a
me-
hit.
Please tell me you crit on a nat 19.
So go ahead and click on that great club then in the chat box to roll that damage. Oof. All right.
Yeah, it's hit, but not very hard.
Yeah. So he brings
Better than we
his
did.
he brings his shield up as you swing your great club, and as your great club smacks against this metallic shield, you hear kind of a crack on the other side of the shield, and you hear him wince in pain. Okay. Anything else for Antonia?
No.
All right, we're gonna go to Gru then.
I gotta see how far I can go. That's the wrong thing. How'd I undo?
I got you. There you go.
Thank you. Holy hell.
You looking for the ruler?
It's Q.
Alright, I got it. I'm gonna go right there, and you can see Grugrish point his finger at one of the guards and just Eldritch blast the fuck out of him.
All right, go for it.
Wow!
What is? Do you guys need a second to like collect yourselves?
Apparently, man.
I think the curse for Roll20 is still carrying on in me versus all the other shit, like, you know, our other games.
Yeah, Sibmoose. We just diagonals are just 5.
Cool, thanks.
I'm not gonna do the alternating 10, 5,
Right,
10,
yeah.
5. That's pointless. Okay. And yeah, the ruler does help too.
Definitely.
And you know about it when you grab your token, if you tap Q, it creates a waypoint kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. All right. So Gru, he brings up his shield, and your Eldritch Blast kind of bounces off of it. Do you do anything else? Do you have anything else? I'm gonna assume that's a no.
Nope, nothing else I can do.
All right. Let's see. All right. So, with a shield in one hand and a spear in another, this ruffian makes an attack against Antonia. So that is going to be an 18 to hit. And that is going to hit you, Antonia.
Dang. Okay.
Why is it not? It's not rolling damage for some reason?
You're not allowed to roll damage.
No,
And
it
quit
doesn't
rolling
hit.
so dang high.
I know. I guess I have to click on this now? Alright.
Yeah, there you go.
5 points. It was doing it automatically last time. I don't know if the thing updated and now I have to click on damage too. But you are going to take 5 points of piercing damage as a spear finds its way into you, Antonia. And he will move upwards. But other than that, that's it for him. Okay. So one of these ruffians is going to move down and throw a spear at Grugresh. So that is... Oh, here we go. An 11 to hit, which does not. So you managed to sidestep this spear, Gru, and it kind of plops right into the dirt behind you. But with that, that is it. Okay. And this last one wades his way across and will actually attempt to throw a spear at Sibmuz here. That is a 14 to hit.
My AC is up 15 with my leather armor.
Alright, so you managed to sidestep that one. Besides kind of spitting in the dirt, he kind of holds his ground. And we're at top of the round, so Toma, you're up first.
Great. I am going to go there, and I'm going to stab this guy in the back.
Go for it. And that is with advantage. Yep. That 20 is going to hit.
Oh my god, these ones for damage rolls.
I know.
That's literally all I've rolled so far in this character is a 1 for damage.
I mean, you had that one crit, and you completely destroyed everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the session 0 when it didn't matter.
The decaying body.
Okay, so this guard here is distracted, quite pleased that he had stabbed Antonia recently. That you used that distraction, Toma, to grab your short spear and jab it between his plates and his chain. And you get a nice, sick kind of thud sound as your blade digs into his back and he kind of lets out a growl. And he seems kind of bloodied. But other than that...
And then I will say, finish him, Antonia.
Alright, Sibmuz.
Gladly.
Sibmuz will use his bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on this dude.
Okay, so I'll put a green
so
dot.
that's concentration up to an hour. If I hit him, I deal an extra dice 6 of damage.
Okay.
And yeah, Sibmuz will let loose another arrow at this guy.
Alright, go for it.
Oh, should I be keeping track of arrows?
I'm not too worried about it.
Cool.
If they're just standard arrows, I don't really care.
For 15
Oof.
to hit.
No, that 15 just barely misses.
Cool. And
Man.
Sibmuz says, time to go. And I'm going to try and wade closer to the temporary allies.
Okay.
I can cross that river just fine with my movement.
Yes.
Okay.
At its deepest, it's only about 3 feet deep, but it averages like 1 or 2 feet. So even though you're a little bit short, I'm not gonna, impart any negatives or anything like that. So.
Awesome.
All right. So you wade across. All right. Anything else from Sid Moose then?
No, Sid Moose is good.
All right, Antonia, it's your turn.
We're 100% gonna attack this guy. Like, blood coming out of my mouth. Attack this guy. Okay.
So you have advantage, and I think there is a advantage toggle near the top of your character sheet.
Oh, cool. Like, is it a tab?
Let me see.
It should be right next to core, bio, and spells. It should say like advantage, normal, disadvantage.
Yeah, there should be some like bright red buttons near the top of your
Oh,
character
yeah.
sheet. Yeah, so
Okay.
go ahead and click on advantage. There you go. And then if you make your attack.
Wow! Wow! Look
Did-
at you!
Did you guys stretch beforehand today?
No, apparently
No,
not.
Oh
Need
my
to-
lord.
You
I
guys
need to
do.
finish my coffee and get a beer.
Yeah, you guys do know that you have to wait 30 minutes after eating
After
to go into combat, right? Yeah, so Antonia, he brings up his shield, while Toma's spear is kind of still digging into his back, and you hear kind of another small wince kind of come from between his teeth, but other than that, it does not do any damage.
Just lets out a growl of displeasure.
Alright, Gru, it's your turn.
Alright, Grugrash is gonna go ahead and walk over to this guy. And he's gonna do his signature, place his hands on the cheeks of the individual and just poison spray.
Okay, so he has to make a Constitution saving throw. Boom. Go ahead and click on that so I have that. Alright, so he is going to take 3 points of poison damage. So you kind of reach out your hand and this poisonous smog just kind of emits from your wrists and palm and kind of swarms around his face, and he begins coughing and swatting at the air trying to dissipate this cloud. And you see that he coughs up a little bit of blood.
Careful. My stench can be deadly.
Alright. Ooh, boy. So, not liking the situation, this guard is going to move over this way. So, Toma, if you wish.
Yep. And I'd still technically be flanking on that, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Cool. 18.
There you go. That 18 is a hit.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, so you see he manages to kind of pull himself off of your spear and kind of stumbles, attempting to move out from between you and Antonia. And you see he kind of stumbles away from you, and you use that, and you kind of lunge forward and drive your spear through him once again, Toma. And he lets out one last, gasp of air before slumping on the ground, and he's dead. Alright, take him out of the turn order.
Fortune favors the bold, my friend.
Okay. So, once he is done coughing, this ruffian will make a spear attack against you. He pulls out another one and attempts to stab you there for a 7 to hit, which I don't think hits. Nope, it does not. Okay. With that, He is going to move away from you, Gru. Do you wish do you have an opportunity attack?
If I could use my fists.
Yeah, it would be an unarmed strike. So I think it was strength plus proficiency. Okay.
I doubt that hits.
No.
A little pat on the ass.
Yeah, Ginger. Touch the button.
So you punch him in the back as he kind of turns tail and runs, Gru, but with a loud clank. He doesn't seem to take any sort of damage, and now your knuckles are a bit bruised.
He's just... he grips his hand.
Okay, and he's gonna start wading through the water, but that is as far as he can get. And alright, we're gonna go to this one. So the last ruffian is gonna kind of turn and look back more towards the west here, and he's going to raise both of his hands around his mouth, and he's going to yell, "Oi, we've got some live ones over here!" And that is going to be it for his turn. Toma, it is your turn.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy
Okay.
and do my best impersonation of his voice. Oi, that's a false alarm. We just killed him. Everything's all right.
And as you do this, you see him kind of turn and look at you like really confused, like, what the hell was that? You go ahead and give me a deception then.
19.
Ooh, very good, very good. Okay. Alright. Anything else, Toma?
Nope, that's it. Actually, I will... I'm gonna move to there.
Okay. Alright, Sidmoos, it's your turn.
Cool. Sidmoos is going to approach the tree line.
Okay.
Can I try to bonus action hide?
You should, do Rangers have that?
Goblins do.
The goblins do, perfect. Yeah, you can do that, totally.
Did I share that? Not sure. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, totally can.
I will stealth check.
Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Alright. And that is going to be up against his passive. Alright.
And I will, attempt to attack him again, this time with advantage.
You do have advantage. He does not see you.
Awesome.
Alright, 17 hits.
Cool. And I'm going to use that Fury of the Small as well. Okay, so I'm going to do damage. Plus another 2 damage.
Don't forget to roll your hunter's mark, too.
Oh, you fucking genius. That is a dice 6. Perfect. Fit right in.
Alright.
So 8 points of damage total.
Damage equals your level. So 8 points. Alright, so... Alright, so you let loose your arrow, and you actually strike him, and the arrow kind of pierces the plate, and your arrow finds its way into his shoulder, and you kind of watch as he almost falls to the ground in pain, kind of grabbing the arrow. You kind of hear him cursing through his teeth at you, and he does not look too good.
Sibmoose yells out, "Finish him!" And I am good.
Okay. Now, does Hunter's Mark stay on him for the entirety of your concentration?
Yeah, so it lasts an hour, and if he dies, I can, if the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, I can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn to mark a new creature.
Perfect. Alright. So, Antonia, it is your turn.
Okay. Dang, they went real far. Am I able to go to the water? You said it was like 1 to 2 feet, right?
Yeah, you can easily get through it.
Okay, so I'm 100% gonna rush that guy, and we're going to attack again because she is dumb. Dumb faith. All right, let's go for it. I'm on normal. Okay. There you go.
Ooh, 19 is a hit.
Woo,
Nice.
baby. All right. And again, another 3. Okay.
This is the one that you hit previously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see that he's attempting to get his way across this river to meet up with his friend, because they all kind of got split up. And you kind of chase after him, and you kind of smack him in the back of the leg, Antonia, and you hear kind of the bones snap, and he almost falls into the river.
That's what you get for stabbing me. Thank you.
And he's not looking too good. So, anything else from Antonia then?
Just want to yell curse words at at the guy, and that's it.
Okay. Grugresh, it's your turn.
Grugresh is gonna swirl his hands together and just does a flinging motion towards the guard running away from him and launches out an Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
Wow!
What is going on?
Wow! Look at that.
Roll20 just doesn't like you.
Not at all. It's because I'm blue.
Anything else then, Gru? Unfortunately, your attack does miss.
Grugresh is gonna huff.
You need to calibrate your hand again.
Yeah. Alright. So, regaining his composure, the ruffian that you've been smacking, Antonia, will kind of, from the water, grab his spear and attempt to stab up at you. And we'll see. That is an 11 to hit, which does not hit. He's not.
You should have stabbed down. I'm short.
Okay, and then he will
and
move.
that's what I'll say to him.
Other than moving this way, he does nothing else. And we go to the last ruffian, who kind of takes another spear and will attempt to throw it at Antonia. Since you are so close to his friend and are kind of bullying him. An 18 looks like that will hit Antonia. So, public roll. Oof, you're only going to take 2 points of piercing. So, and he kind of yells at you as he tosses the spear at you, Antonia, and he says, "Oi, get off him!"
Absolutely not. And that's just 2 damage, right?
Yes,
Or,
yes.
Okay.
And I have to make a roll real quick. Advantage on being charmed.
Just smiling with blood in between my teeth.
Is insight, wisdom, or intelligence? I can't ever remember.
Insight is wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay. Go ahead and do this.
I mean,
Oh shit!
you're
I
right,
had
myself.
myself muted. I was like, wisdom.
Okay. Alright, top of the round, Toma, you're first. Everybody's got their reactions back.
All right. I'm gonna move there and stab this guy in the back with my spear.
Alright.
20.
Oh yeah, that is a hit.
Another one.
What? Everybody's just rolling ones for damage now. So, your spear does find its mark, and as you stab him, you're kind of pressing him downwards into the water, and you see that he's kind of almost prone at this point, and he's got his hand kind of grabbing your spear as you're driving it into him, and he's kind of reaching a hand up to you, and he's like, "Stop!" But he's not looking too good.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else, Toma?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right, Sidmoos, it's your turn.
Oh, Sidmoos will attempt to reposition in the cover. 10, 15, 20, 25, and he will attempt to hide again, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah.
And once again, he's going to attempt to attack this guy.
All right, go for it.
Work roll.
And that is advantage. Oh yeah.
Yeah, 22 a hit.
Go ahead and roll again. You never know if you're gonna get an at 20.
Very true.
Okay. Well, either of those would have hit. So go ahead and roll that damage and your hunter mark damage and your. Oh, you can't use. Okay, that's once per rest. All right, so that is 14 points. All right, that is a solid hit.
Cool.
Yeah, your arrow, you kind of hide and then poke out and let loose an arrow. And you see, as soon as you pop out and let loose that arrow, he turns and looks straight at you. But unfortunately for him, your arrow finds its mark between his eyes. And he falls forward, and the arrow pushes its way through the rest of his head, kind of poking out of the back of his head as his blood kind of runs into the river here. Okay, anything else from Sidmoos then?
Sidmoos, I actually already used my bonus action. I used my action, my bonus action. Yeah, I guess subsequent turn I'll use my bonus action to remark it. No, Sidmoos will yip out and say Sidmoos kill, and he is good.
All right. Antonia, it's your turn.
So might as well continue killing this guy.
Okay, you do have advantage on the attack.
Yes, okay. Alright. Not a bad one. Not a bad one.
All right, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll that damage then. Wow. Just so many ones for damage today.
Every time.
Hey, consistency is key.
It is, yes.
Alright. We
Okay.
gonna hurt you. It's just killing him slowly.
So, Antonia, you see Toma digging the spear into him. And instead of smacking this ruffian, you actually leap up and kind of like nailing or hammering in a nail, you use your great club to hit the top of the spear, driving it further into him.
Yes.
And with a really sickening crunch, it kind of just skewers him, and he kind of just lets out kind of a death rattle before, well, dying.
DED. I spell
Okay.
out.
That was quite the move, Antonia. Very nice.
Oh, thanks. I try.
Okay, so with that, we will say we are out of initiative. With all current threats cleared.
I would walk over to the goblin.
Sidmoos kind of takes a step back.
I put my weapons away as I'm walking over. Put my shield on my back and sheath my spear. Thank you, friend. We really appreciate the help with these with these ruffians. They were quite heavily armored. It was nice to have help. What's your name?
Sibmus had them easy, but you help is okay. Yeah, Sibmus. You call me Sibmus.
Sibmus. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Sibmus. My name is Toma.
Sibmus is ally to Green Nest. Bounties for farmers and whatnot. But it doesn't look like there's any bounties today.
We are friends of Greenest as well. We are actually on a mission from the Governor Nighthill currently. If you would like to join us, I'm sure we could use some help.
What we do?
We are trying to capture one of the leaders of these cult people, or whatever they are, these ruffians.
We get paid?
I'm sure there will be rewards at the end of it if we're able to successfully save the city, yes?
Okay. Sibmus will take proper position at head of group. Sibmus, great leader. You may follow me in this task.
Okay, Sidmoose, lead the way.
But you go first.
Oh, okay.
Where are we going? I assume we're approaching the sanctuary to save the people.
Do we still hear the people, like, at the door of the sanctuary trying to, like, bang the doors down and stuff? Or what's going on up there? Can we hear that still?
Yes, and you do hear, I would say every 10 seconds or so, you hear kind of a loud thud. And it's kind of rhythmic.
We should probably be fast then.
Did the governor or anybody mention any sort of, like, secondary entrance into this sanctuary?
Well, he did not, I don't think he mentioned it.
So. I think it might be best if we take a stealthier approach. Maybe we could sneak around the back and see if there's a way that we can get in without having to deal with all the people at the front. I know it would be much easier to defend from within the walls than from without.
Do we have general idea on the direction that we need to go or where this building is?
It's just to the northeast of us, I think.
I mean, it's basically straight east from where you guys are at now.
Okay.
You guys will have to push this tree line, pass over the river, and then pass through another little bit of a tree line. But then you're really close. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can actually
like
see.
right there.
Yeah, you could see the top of the church, and you could estimate that it's only about 100 or so feet away.
How tall are the walls?
Ooh, that is a good point.
And sorry for all the questions, but what are they made out of? Is it like those like sharpened wooden spikes that are put in the ground, or is it like a stone wall? What's the deal?
So the wall that's kind of surrounding the church is just kind of a decorative stone wall. It only goes 2 or 3 feet up. It's not very high. It's more decorative than anything. And I think, if anything, yes, and then the church itself is also made from the same type of stone.
So, I guess my question is, if the wall's only 2 or 3 feet high, why aren't the bandit people going over the walls instead of trying to break down the gate?
They're actually, they're not at the wall of, so with these walls, are you saying the walls around the sanctuary?
Yeah, like there's an outer wall around like the whole sanctuary, right?
Yes, they've already passed the wall quite easily.
Okay.
They're focused now on the front door.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood. I thought they were at a gate outside the church, not at the actual church door.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay,
Um,
that makes more sense.
So we really gotta move fast.
Can we see how many people there are at the door?
So, are you guys going to make your way towards the? Because you guys can't. So you guys can see mostly the top of the sanctuary through the tree line. You guys are gonna have to get kind of closer.
Okay. Yeah. I'll start moving through the tree line.
Okay. Now, Gino did run off with your thing, but I will say that you can move it to somebody else.
I can cast that as many times as I want.
Oh, okay.
Gino, I don't even think Gino had it. I had it on Gru.
Okay.
So
'Cause
I'll leave it. I'll leave it there. That seems like a good place.
Okay. So for you, you've got it. So let me go ahead and move you guys to the map then. And, Sibmoos, you have a little bit of info. I don't know if there's anything in particular you want to share with this group. I'll leave that up to you. About the sanctuary.
Yes, I definitely do have info on the sanctuary.
Sidmoos, you said you were a friend of Greenest, and are you relatively familiar with this area?
Sibmu's come and go. He doesn't spend too much time here in town, but yes, more or less I can get around.
We are trying to get into the sanctuary. Do you know if perhaps there is another way to get in besides the main entrance?
Does Sibmu's indeed know this?
Sibmoos does.
Yes, of course, Sibmu's does. Silly question.
Sidmoos, I like you.
So, Sibmoos, you know that there is a back door, around the back of the church. And as you were passing kind of through Greenest, through the tree lines and such, kind of stealthing your way around, you know that there is a small subset of these attackers attempting to break down the back door as well. And last time you passed by, you saw that they were trying to pile up some hay and try to light it on fire, attempting to burn down the door.
Okay.
Yeah, Sibmu's gives everyone a heads up on what he has noticed around that particular building, the church.
Mm-hmm.
Sibmu's mentions the back door that also was under attack, but would probably be easier access to the building.
Okay. Is Sibmoos kind of open to sharing the information about what he's seen?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. That way you don't have to read the thing I sent you, and I can just kind of explain it. Sibmoos explains to you guys after he's done explaining about the back door that there are 3 kind of groups currently attacking the sanctuary. There's a small group in the back that he previously mentioned, attempting to burn down the door. There's the group that's at the front door. It's a little bit larger, and they are using a battering ram to attempt to break down the door. And there is a third group who is kind of circling the sanctuary. The exact reason why they're doing this, it's not really certain, but Sibmoos kind of guesses that they're either looking for people trying to make their way into the sanctuary or out of it. And as you guys kind of are huddled here in the trees, kind of discussing this plan, you guys could hear, kind of off in the distance, the hooting and hollering of kobolds as they kind of orbit the sanctuary. So when they get closer to you, it becomes very loud. They are not quiet at all. You can hear them from a mile away.
I had a question I forgot to ask. These ruffians that we killed, are they just wearing like whatever they could find, or is there some type of uniformity to them?
They seem to be. They do have like mercenary marks on them, but none of them. Well, they seem to be from like a wide mix of like mercenary groups. So you've seen different.
Do they have anything that like is recognizable that if I was to take it from them and put it on, it would maybe make me look like one of them? Any sort of insignia or anything like that?
Ooh. So they would have little kind of like pennants that you could probably put on.
Okay, I'll grab all three of them and I will hand them out. Sibmoose, are you relatively sneaky? You seem to be the sneaky sort.
Sibmu's good with hide and tree.
Okay, very well. I will give the 2 other medallions to En-Chentea and Gru then. Maybe we can pass off as these people.
Oh, I love playing dress up.
Okay, so you guys put them on.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I think we should start making our way through the trees, over the river, and through the woods to the sanctuary we go.
Okay. So are you guys kind of just approaching kind of a straight line through? Or are you guys... how are you guys trying to approach?
Sibmu's definitely recommends going for the easier back entrance, but notes that we should definitely watch out for that group that was kind of on the outskirts of the building. They probably won't be searching for us. Might be easy to get the jump on them.
Okay, cool. Could we, like, maybe go to, like, the tree line right there then, and kind of, like, just so that we can get a better sight line on what's happening up there, see if we can see that third group patrolling around, see what's going on at the back door, that type of stuff?
Yeah, totally. So I'll go ahead and move you guys there then. Okay, so yeah, you guys have to kind of trudge your way through this small river here, but then you quite easily get to the other side, and through. There's kind of a thin tree line. It's not very thick, but if you guys want to give me both stealth and perception checks, we can have one person do the stealth check.
You're never gonna let me roll a stealth check in this campaign, are you?
Do you want
Are
to?
we doing both stealth?
Yeah. By all means, if you want to make that check, go.
No, go for it, Simoons. You're better.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys kind of follow Sibmoose as he traverses his way through the wood line. And you guys feel like you're rather quiet. I'll go ahead and put you guys more in the trees rather than being clustered up. Okay, and you guys can go ahead and give me perception checks then.
Sibmu's is giving nonsensical hand signs that make no sense whatsoever as we move up.
Nice.
Oh, whoops, I forgot to change the thing.
That's fine. And Gru, give me that perception, buddy.
Or does it count? I don't even know.
That's fine. We'll just take your
Oh
12.
my God.
And we'll just take your 12, Antonia. It's fine. All right, 13. Okay, so not bad perception checks. Yeah, as you guys kind of are peering through the trees here, from where you guys currently are, you can see a small group kind of huddled around a fire near a rather sturdy-looking back door. The fire is not taking very well. Instead of kind of erupting into the flame that you kind of assume they're hoping for, it's just kind of belching out this thick black smoke. Let's see. You can see from there 4 robed figures and 4 kobolds, and they're kind of grabbing straw and trying to throw it on the fire. And then you see the fire goes out, and you kind of hear them squabble amongst each other, starting to yell. The area is rather smoky, and you see that pretty much a 30-foot radius around, or I think it's 15-foot radius around the fire is kind of this blanket of smoke. Your guys' perceptions were just enough to see through, to see the figures kind of trying their best. But
so there
they're
was 4 robed figures and 4 kobolds.
Yes.
And this is at the back door?
Yeah. And you know what? As you guys approached, I will say that you guys could probably see the attackers at the front door as well. So, at the front door are 2 robed figures wielding kind of a thick wooden log, and are using it as a battering ram, and are smashing against the sturdy door. Surrounded by 6 kobolds, and there seems to be 1 figure also dressed in robes, but his robes seem to be more intricate. And he is yelling orders at them. Are you guys going to hold your position here so that you guys can get a look at the third group?
I kind of wanted to, just so that we don't get snuck up on by them. Like, if we were to engage, I don't want the third group coming around and, flanking us. That would be bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you guys kind of are watching this kind of unfold when the hooting and hollering starts to get louder, and you see this group come around the corner of the sanctuary here. And you can see 3 robed figures, 10 kobolds, and you see 1 odd-looking creature. The best way I could describe it, it's a mix between a panther and like a drake. So it's like a scaly looking panther. And you see that it is kind of following in the back, and it is moving low to the ground as if it does not want to be seen. But you all can see it.
Let's tame it.
And you see that they're kind of moving at kind of a slow pace, and they're all kind of looking outwards, kind of scanning as much as they can. I would say after about 30 seconds or so, if you guys don't choose to act on them, they kind of make their way around to the back end of the sanctuary.
I have an idea. I can make a duplicate, and I'm like whispering this like really quietly. I can make a duplicate of myself. It's just an illusion, but I could have it go out there, get their attention, and then have it run through the woods in opposite direction of us. And hopefully draw some of them away while we hopefully get into the back of this, get the people out, and then get out of here. Because this is too many for us to fight.
Sibmuz looks up. What is goal again?
We are trying to get the priest out of the sanctuary here at first. Right? That's what we're doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sibmu shrugs his shoulders and says, I know I have a better plan. And he looks around to the rest of the party. Anyone?
I mean, I don't think I got the health to fight them all, but I do really like that panther looking thing.
Panther eats you.
Panther is adorable. And it has
no.
scales. I want to give it a little scratch.
Sibmu makes a little clawing motion, says, Panther also has claws.
Whatever we're doing, we should do it now.
Okay, I'm going to use my channel divinity to invoke my duplicate.
Okay. Yeah, so
I'm going to put it 30 feet away from me because that's as far out as I can cast it initially. And I'm going to, like, try to, like, make some noise so that they look over at it.
Okay.
And as soon as it has their attention, it's just going to start booking it, like, just straight south into the woods.
okay. And are you doing this for the patrolling group or the group at the door?
No, I was going to wait until the patrolling group got out of the way and then try to get the group at the door.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, okay. Let me. Is there anything in particular that you yell, Toma?
Yeah, so I can cast spells as the illusion, so I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy to have, like, the voice coming from the illusion.
Okay.
And I am going to say in Draconic, filthy little kobolds, come and get me, and then just going to run.
Okay. So I'm gonna make. Oh boy, I'm gonna make some intelligence checks.
Okay.
So. You're gonna make me do this each time.
Jesus.
Wow. Or is this gonna be literally last time again? Okay. 14. And. Come on, Kobold, where are you? Intelligence. And. Boom. Alright, so you watch as two of the kobolds immediately take off for your duplicate, kind of chittering with their little daggers kind of glinting in the sunlight. And they hop over the wall, and you kind of hear them running through the trees. And you watch as the other two kobolds look up at the robed figures, and the robed figures kind of look down at them and just like, "What are you waiting for? Go get them!" And the other two go running off as well. So the four cultists are still standing there.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and. Oops, that was the wrong. Alright, and with that, what do you guys want to do?
Sibmu says, need to move before patrol come back.
Yeah. I am going to use my light crossbow to attack one of the cultists.
Okay, go for it.
Stealth here real quick.
Yeah, and I'll move you guys over to the map as well. I'll put you guys kind of on the very right side of it. Oh yeah, that 20 is gonna hit.
I also want to.
Oh my god, again. That's just crazy luck, man.
I don't know what is going on. Alright, so you guys should be here. At the top right. Let me zoom out just a little bit so everybody can see.
Oh, yeah.
We can see the whole church. I don't know if that's intentional or not.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm not too worried about that. I'm not gonna fight
Okay.
with field of
hear
view
ya.
and stuff like that. It's a little too annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, So you hit this one, Toma, and yeah, your strike hits him. Now I heard somebody else was wanting to do stuff.
Yeah, Grugrish wants to fire off one of his bows as well.
All right, go for it. Are you going for the same one that Toma shot, or are you going for a different one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have advantage on it.
Thank God.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that 22 is gonna hit.
Hey.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Guys.
This is just, it's crazy. Like, at this point, it's the odds of this are just, like,
like-
astronomical.
I know, and it's documented too. You guys have been rolling all ones for damage. I don't get it.
It's like he pulls back, but not far enough.
Yeah.
It's because he keeps trying to hunch over, keeping his body covered by his cloak. He's not able to pull it back all the way.
Yeah.
And Simus follow suit, or should we go to initiative?
If you want to also let loose an arrow, you can.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys way surpass their passive, so you guys, if you wish, can let loose sneak attacks on them. That 22's a hit. Alright.
Hey, there we go.
Same one or a different one?
Oh no, that's a 1 as well. Never mind.
I'll say a different one. We didn't really coordinate too well.
Okay. Which one in particular you think?
The one to the south?
Okay. Alright, so that was 4, that's 6. 1. Yeah, okay. Alright. I guess with that, we're gonna roll initiative.
Simus yells charge as he prepares to not do anything. Right, click on my token first.
Oof.
Cultist. Boom.
I did it. Oh, shit.
Boom. Normal roll. Okay. Cultist. Roll initiative.
My initiative, or
Jesus.
I'm gonna take that off. I don't see you. Hold on.
okay,
What did you roll though? You rolled a
a
13.
13.
All right. Yeah, if you want your token to show up, you can, like click, or if you want you to show up on the turn order, you click on your token before you click initiative. Okay, we're gonna put you at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
So what I'm getting is that this is more like the Curse of Strahd campaign, because apparently you're trying to kill us.
Just ending everything.
You guys are hitting. You guys start hitting for much damage.
Oh, there we are. We're on the north side. I was confused. I was looking at the wrong side.
Yes.
It's like when you
So
have that dream when you're fighting somebody and then your hits just aren't that strong.
I probably should have flipped the map so that it was going to compass directions,
Nice.
but the north
not a big
the
deal.
north point of this map is actually the south. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
whoops. Cultist, and we're gonna roll initiative for the last guy. Boom, and we're going to descend. Okay. Boom. What does he have? All right, cool. All right, so now that you guys have all kind of 1, 2. Okay, yep. They're going to take the dash action and get up close. And they have scimitars raised. And he is also going to take the dash action to get there. But Gru, you are up.
Grugrish raises a brow and just walks over here. And places his hands on the cultist's face and does his poison spray.
Alright, let me go ahead and get the combatants in view here. Alright, a DC 12. Con save. Boom. Alright, he is going to take 3 points of damage. Okay, yep. So again, palm and face. You kind of let loose a green, smoky cloud. which causes him to cough and retch. Okay. Anything else, Gru?
No, that's it.
All right. So. So he is going to move over here, and I'm gonna make him do. Let's have him do a Dex. All right. So one of the cultists runs over to the pathetic little fire that's kind of on this hay bale, and he grabs the bottoms of his robes and starts to fan the flames with it. And you kind of watch as the smoke begins to billow out, and the flame seems to take a little bit more hold. Antonia, you are next.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, well, might as well rush into the one in front of me and hit it.
Alright, go for it.
Like,
12 hits.
yes! Okay.
Nice.
Big damage, big damage. Yeah!
There we go.
So, Antonia, you were technically still... You're the only one who didn't make a sneak attack. So, you were still kind of hidden. And these cultists were running towards the rest of the group. And you kind of came around and came charging with your great club in the air. And you just take a baseball swing and you smack him square. You smack him square on the head. And you actually hear a sickening chunk as his head rotates all the way around.
Yes, that's what you get.
He immediately drops dead at your feet. He didn't know what hit him. Okay, anything else from Antonia?
I don't see myself on the order. I got a 9.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you for letting me know. 9.
I guess I'll just move my character by. Can I move it by Grugrash, or is that?
Yeah, you can move him.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then I just want to give him a good old crisp slap on the back and say, like, I bet you can't do that, big guy.
Again, why are you touching me?
Alright, Toma, your turn.
Going there, getting out my shield and my spear, and I am going to town on this guy. Gonna stab him in the back.
Alright, go for it. Oh, yeah, that 20 is a hit.
Hey, a 2.
Better than a 1.
I'll take it, man.
Yeah. Okay, so you kind of run up behind this cultist who is coughing and gagging and on the verge of throwing up, kind of hunched over, Toma. And you kind of spin your short spear around before kind of driving it down into his back.
And he has 1 HP left.
He drops.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Whew, you just did enough to drop him.
Thank God I didn't roll a 1 again.
I know. Anything else from Toma then?
Yeah, so I've used 10 feet of movement. I will use the remainder of my 20 feet to go there.
Okay. So we go to the last cultist who looks over at the one that is fanning the flame, and he says, hurry up with that. And he'll run towards you, Toma, kind of limping, and will make a scimitar attack against you. Oh, is this actually how it goes? There it goes. This one did it all. That one did it. Hold on. I see why it's doing that. Okay. Yeah, he seems badly injured, and you can see an arrow kind of sticking out of his side, and he kind of swings. You think that he's a little bit dizzy, maybe seeing double as he swings, and you find no problem just sidestepping him, and he almost falls into the dirt at your feet. But other than that, we go to Sibmuz.
Cool. Would it be safe to say that I can try and hide around this corner?
Yes, you totally could.
Cool. Sidmus kind of slinks over, says, "Save church! Stop killing everything!" and attempts to hide.
Okay.
Oops, that's a 16.
16? Alright, let me double check their passive. Alright. Anything else from Sidmus?
Do I have a line of sight on him?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Cool. I will attempt to stick him with some arrow.
Alright, and you do have advantage.
Advantage. Short cool.
Oh yeah, 20's gonna hit.
Jeez, that was close.
Nice.
So, you appear around the corner, Sidmus, with your arrow knocked and pulled and ready to let loose. And you see him kind of furiously fanning the flame with his little robes. And you let loose that arrow, striking him straight in the chest. And he kind of looks down and then falls forward into the small fire. And he is dead.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, Sidmus will kind of tuck up behind the wall again, and he is good.
All right. So we are going to go to the top of the round then. All right. So that is 6 seconds that have passed. Grugresh, you are up.
Oh, and I'm really sorry. So with my bonus action on each one of my turns, I just send my duplicate another 30 feet farther.
I kind of figured.
Okay.
I want to go ahead and use Electric Blast on this guy.
Okay. Go for it. 13 hits.
You calibrated your fingers.
Finger guns.
I know. So you've been trying all day, Gru, to cast this Eldritch Blast, and for some reason, you just can't seem to get it. But this time, it just blasts forward, striking this cultist square in the chest, sending him flying back into the side of the church. And as he kind of slumps up against it with a sickening thud, he falls face forward and is unmoving.
The fastest round we've had.
So, for timekeeping purposes, we are going to stay in initiative. Anything else, Grugresh?
No, that's it.
All right, Antonia, what do you want to do?
Alright, so I guess since there's nobody, or I don't think I see any more enemies, I think I would go to the fire and try to take it out. Or like stomp on it, I guess.
Okay. As you go to the fire, where it was, there's now kind of a cultist laying on it. So are you flipping him over off of the fire?
Use his
Oops.
body as to like
Come on.
beat out the fire.
Well, as you move the cultist body, you see that him falling on it was enough to smother it.
Oh yay! Now I
So,
can get through the front door.
and there is kind of a pile of hay bales here that they attempted to use as kindling, kind of in front of the door here. So you use your move, interact.
Just brush it away.
Okay. So we'll say that you have to use your action to, because we'll say that your interaction was to move the body, and then your action to start moving the hay bales. Give me a strength athletics check. We'll see how well you clear this.
Really bad. Okay, so you said strength and athletics?
Yes.
Okay.
Oops. So yeah, so I just meant.
Oh.
Sorry. Oh.
Oh, so like
just give me an athletics. Sorry.
athletics?
I should have
Oh,
worded
okay.
that a little bit better. So when I say strength athletics, if it's written out, it's strength and then in parentheses athletics. So
Okay.
I probably should have explained that a little bit better. But an 18, oh yeah, you have no problem just
brushing it.
yeah. Maybe you use your great club and you just kind of golf swing and just start smashing hay bales, and you find that you clear it quite well. All
Guys, I made a path.
right. So Toma, you are up next.
Okay. What's the state of this door? And can I see in? Are these windows real? Can I see in the windows, or are they like stained glass?
So I'm gonna say that they are stained glass, but they're actually higher up.
Okay.
They're about maybe 10 feet up.
Gotcha. So what's the state of the door?
It's almost unscathed.
Okay.
Looking at it, their attempts were quite pathetic. They couldn't get the fire big and hot enough to do any damage to the door.
Gotcha. I am going to move over to the door. Does it look like something that I could attempt to pick the lock with my thieves' tools? Or does it seem more like it's a barred from the inside situation?
Well, you can use an interaction to try the door if you wanted.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, just quickly checking the door. Like, is it locked, or does it seem like there's something, like blocking it?
Okay. So, you shake the door, and as you maybe grab, because it's a double door, if you grab the handle of one of the doors and attempt to open it and kind of shake it, you notice that both doors are kind of wiggling as you pull on one door. Trying the handle, the doorknob turns, but the door does not give.
Gotcha. And they open in, I'm assuming?
Let me think about the logistics of that real quick. Yes, they do.
Okay. Shit.
Maybe we can try to talk to like the people. Maybe the if we
Did
knock.
we? I'm sorry. Did we get the name of the priest here?
I don't think we did. No, I don't think we did.
Did Simus by chance know it?
Give me a history check.
Oops, 6.
Alright, what's a 6?
If it, no, I guess not. Never mind. I was gonna say I have the Wanderer feature from the Outlander background, but it's more around like maps and geography. You can always
Gotcha.
recall general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features. Nah, never mind.
I should probably fix this real quick. Let me move this more towards here. So, as you kind of scratch your head, Sibmuz, the name just doesn't seem to come to mind. You remember his first name was kind of odd, and you vaguely remember his last name, something about a bird and something about maybe a moon or something like that, but you can't really recollect at this moment, especially under pressure.
Perfect. I will confidently yell out, "Call for priest, Bird Moon."
Okay. Priest Bird Moon, the door is clear. Gather the people and lead them out. We'll protect you. Quick, hurry. We've cleared the door. And I'm not like yelling, but like I'm trying to I'm guessing there's a crack in between the door. Like I've got my mouth pressed up like to the crack, like trying to get just all of the noise inside and not like out in the open as much as I can. And I'll use thaumaturgy to do that as well.
Okay.
Because I think it lets me I can create sound that originates from a point of my choice within range. Could I do that with my voice, to throw my voice?
Oh yeah, you'd be able to cast it through the door.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do that for Father Birdmoon to gather the people. The door is clear. We will lead you to safety, but you have to hurry.
Okay, give me a persuasion check, but with disadvantage.
Ooh. All right, this is why I took proficiency in this. Oh.
Let me see.
You dirty pillager.
Oof. Okay. So we'll say. Whew. That's an interesting one.
I mean, knowing his name has to count for something.
Right, yeah. So for a moment, it seems rather quiet and as if your attempts kind of go unheeded. But you kind of feel the doors kind of press as if somebody's leaning up against it. And you hear a... how do I know this isn't a trick?
My name is Toma Valos. We were sent by Governor Tarba Nighthill. He sent us here to help get you out. We're here to help.
Okay.
We just killed the cultists on the other side of this door, and I don't know if I'm out of movement and everything, so
Yeah.
I can't do anything else.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. We're gonna let him think on it. Sidmoos, what would you like to do?
Sidmu's just yells out and says, "No time! Big lady, or small lady, mean lady, kick door down."
Oh, maybe Sidmoos would know somebody there since he's been in the city.
Yeah, I'll double to come towards the door and just yell, "Bird mood, open! Open door!"
Go ahead and do another persuasion with disadvantage then. Are you...
All the rolls suck.
I know. I was gonna say
Y'all
just
are
roll.
contagious.
I was gonna say roll regularly because Toma technically helped you. But either way, it's a 9 because 9 is what
Right.
rolled first. All right, let me make him roll another.
Come on. Yes!
Ooh. So, it's kind of silent on the other side of the door. And then you hear... Is that you, Sidmoos?
Moose, yes! Yes!
And then you hear kind of something being moved, and then one of the doors swings open. I'll put him right here, actually. And you see a half-elf dressed in green robes, kind of middle-aged, but he opens the door and he's like, get in, and he starts like motioning you all inwards.
Moose does not need to be told twice.
Go.
You see Kruger running from the other side of the field to get inside.
Okay. So once you're all inside, he takes one look outside, sees the dead cultists, closes the door, and then moves a heavy wooden plank and uses it as a barricade. Alright, so you guys are now within the sanctuary, and looking about, you guys can see quite a bit of villagers kind of huddled about, and we'll go ahead and turn off initiative for now. So
Cool.
We'll go ahead.
Simus will give a very awkward bow. Says, "Daddy Bird Moon, this is new allies."
And he goes. He's like, "It's Falcon Moon."
Yes, Bird Moon.
Father Falcon Moon.
And he'll kind of turn to you, and he says, "I see you've brought some friends, Sidmus. I'm pleased to meet you. I'm Edian Falcon Moon. I am a priest of En-Chentea."
It's a pleasure to meet you, Father Falcon Moon. I myself am a priest of well. I follow the lady's way, Timora.
Let's see. That would be... Let me do this. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, I have to hit the dice.
We really don't have much time, though. We cleared those cultists. The other ones are circling around. We really need to get these people out of here.
Why did it roll persuasion? I told it to roll... Sorry, give me a second. Okay. When you mention your deity, he goes, yes, I've heard of your god, but I can't say that I'm quite versed in their teachings. But yes, we don't have much time." And he'll kind of motion towards the front door, and at this point you can see kind of large cracks and bits of sunlight kind of beaming through what damage has been done.
The way behind is clear. We sent kobolds on a on a little fishing expedition. They should still be out there for a little ways. If we can get all of these people out of here quickly, we can get you all to the secret tunnel that leads back to the keep. We need to go now.
But this is quite difficult, you see. Many of them are wounded and scared, and this large of a flock, I doubt we can get past the patrol.
Well, if we don't, then everyone. If we don't at least try, then everyone in here will be slaughtered, because we counted at least 16 of these individuals still out there. If you add the other 4 kobolds in, that's 20. We can't take care of 20 of these cultists and kobolds and whatever manner of beast they have with them, some sort of panther-looking thing. We can't handle all of that ourselves. We need to escape now.
I suppose you're right. Staying here, they're going to be upon us within moments.
Better to save... I mean, I know it sounds harsh. We might not be able to save everyone, but at least we'll be able to save the majority.
Sid Moose spits on the floor at that, and then kind of kicks it out, realizing he's in a church, and says, "We guard doors. We funnel them through doors. Perfect defense. I don't know if we can afford to send someone to head the group and hopefully keep the kobolds off. But we need to get people moving now."
And, okay. He'll then turn and kind of, where is he? Approach the altar that's kind of on this raised platform here. And he goes, "Everybody, calm down. Listen, please. We have some outsider help that they're going to help us get to the keep. We have one window of opportunity, and it is now. We need to make a move immediately. So, everybody, get in close. Everybody move, and do as our friends here say, and we will do our very best to make sure everybody gets out alive." Let's see.
Sid Moose looks over at Toma and says, "Prepare defense. I'll get them to the tree line."
Right, let's go.
All right. So you kind of hear murmurs through the crowds, but they slowly start kind of getting up and hobbling towards the altar there, kind of prepared to follow.
Do I have time really quick while they're gathering up to do a healing kit on En-Chentea, to use one use of that healing kit on her?
Oh, yes.
Let me see.
Because it's an action to do that, so it should just take a second, I think.
Let's see. Oof. Do you have... Oh, I don't think you have the healer feat, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay. Because without that, it will let you stabilize a creature at 0.
That's all it does. It just stabilizes.
You need the healer feat for it to actually heal, unfortunately.
Gotcha. I thought since that guy healed me with it, I thought this was like a special healing kit or something.
Let's see. Okay. Gotta do some stuff real quick. Delete these guys. Move you guys here. Right. Actually... And as the people are starting to kind of pile in, Priest Falcon Moon will kind of approach you, Toma, and he says, "I can tell you've been fighting hard today. Tell me, how is your connection to your deity now? Have you used up most of your blessings for the day?"
I've used up all of my blessings for the day.
Okay. He says, "Perhaps I can help." And he'll kind of lower his head and put a hand on your forehead, and you kind of hear him praying under his breath. And Toma, you kind of feel this like divine energy overflowing into you. And with that, he gives you 2 of his first level spell slots.
Oh, thank the baby Jesus. That's amazing.
And he kind of finishes his prayer, and he says, "I wish I could do more, but
no, trust me, that is plenty. Thank you. That will allow us to be much more efficient in battle while defending these villagers. Hopefully, we're able to save everyone."
He'll kind of give you a nod, and all right.
Sid Moose runs up to him eagerly and says, "Daddy Pigeon, me next."
Let's see.
He does not expect anything, by the way.
Don't forget, Antonia and Gru, you guys both have healing potions too that we got last time.
Oh,
I'm aware.
Well, I guess I'll just use that when I'm about to die.
But, so Sidmuz, he kind of looks down at you, and at first you kind of see this, like, look on his face, like, I don't have anything to give you. But then you kind of see this almost smirk kind of over his face, and he goes, "Ah, yes, I believe I have just the thing. You shall be our divine eminence here. Or I should say our divine emissary." And he kind of begins to cast a spell, and he touches your forehead, and you begin to glow. And he basically casts light on you.
Perfect.
So you kind of glow. And then he kind of turns, and he says, Everyone, our small friend here has been gifted a divine gift from En-Chentea. Please follow him, and we shall swiftly arrive to safety.
Sid moves, clenches his fist, and says, "I am all powerful. Let's go."
Okay.
Shiny
Yeah,
goblin.
let's go. I'll bring up the rear, just kind of like watching for any of those kobolds returning or the group that's coming back. Yeah, I'll bring up the rear.
Grugash will also be bringing up the rear with Toma.
Okay.
I'll be up the front.
Awesome.
So we will go ahead and move everyone back. Oh, excuse me, to greenest here. All right. So you guys are now here. So Toma and, well, I guess Toma, you're the only one. You can hear that the patrol is somewhere in this area
Okay.
and coming closer.
The patrol is coming. Quick, get over to the tree line over here, and then we will. And I'll kind of point off over that direction to get everyone to the tree line, and then have them like move up the tree line this way, hopefully like hiding.
Okay. And the priest Falcon Moon will look to you, Sidmuz, and says, "The people are waiting on you."
Let's hide in the trees.
Forward! Yeah, Sidmuz will lead the initial people that are trickling out to the tree line.
Oh, right before he goes, Blessing of the Trickster on Sidmuz.
Okay. Good. And that kind of you can only have one of that active, right?
Yep. Yeah. So it drops off Gru.
Okay. All right. So Sidmuz, you go kind of taking off, and you have to kind of climb the stone wall here, but it's nothing difficult for you.
Sure.
And you kind of watch as Priest Falcon Moon, he kind of waits for the rest of the villagers to file out, and he follows behind. But he follows the masses here, and they begin to follow you into the woods.
I'm following as well, just like right after the last kind of people, I'm following after them too.
Okay.
If it sounds like we're going to be seen or like the patrol is coming, I will change course and kind of go a different direction and try to lose them.
Okay. So.
Yeah. Sidmuz is standing on the wall giving hand signs.
Let's see. Okay. They do not have. That is a little. Perception. Gotta look up some stats real quick. Alright, cool. Alright, so, I'm gonna have. Oh boy. Alright, so Sidmuz, this is a rather large group. And you know, as you look about, they're mostly commoners and the like. Some of them severely wounded and limping. Some of them needing to be carried by their fellow villagers. So you are. I will say roll a stealth check. Because of Toma's spell, you would have advantage, but because you're leading a large group, you would have disadvantage. So just roll a normal stealth check for me, please.
Sounds good.
Okay. So I have to. One moment. Okay. So, so you are kind of filing the villagers over the wall here, and they're kind of pouring into the tree line, kind of taking cover. It does take kind of an uncomfortably long time for some of them to get over. And Toma, you can definitely hear that this patrol is getting very close. Almost to the point.
Is there any way that I could like help these last bit of stragglers over real quick? Like, and do I think I would have time to help the last bit of stragglers get over and into the woods, or am I going to need to resort to something else here?
Well, British is with you, so if you need his help, he can help you with that.
Yeah, so you have a feeling that if you were to all pitch in, you guys could. Whoop! I'm sorry, I did not mean to move you guys. Yeah, if you guys all pitched in, you guys feel like you would be able to get them over in time.
Drew, they're almost upon us. Quick, help me with these last stragglers. We'll get them across and hide really quick.
And Grigash proceeds to help.
Okay, so you guys begin kind of grabbing people, kind of shoving them over. Okay, so...
And then if I have to, I'll just like leap over the wall and then just like flat on the other side of it, like lay there if I have to. Like if that's all the time I have, if I can't get into the tree line, like I'll just hop over and lay flat on the other side of the wall.
Okay. I'll go ahead and put you guys here. So, yeah, you guys using teamwork managed to get the last of the villagers over safely. However, let me see, +4. All right. 20 + 4. Whoops.
Sorry, I need just 1 second.
All right. So, Toma, as you are lifting the last of the villagers over, you turn and you kind of see a flash of green before this creature is attempting to pounce upon you. Oh no. Oh no, don't do this.
With advantage?
Yes, it was stealthed. And it
oh, there goes Toma.
Let's see. All right. So that's going to be 6 points of slashing for Toma. So that was an awful crit roll. And you guys are suddenly aware that a panther-sized draconic being is attacking Toma. And I need you guys to roll initiative again.
I forgot to put on my token again.
That's fine, I can add it.
And for some reason, instead of clicking initiative, I just rolled a d20, so I have a +3, so it's actually 17.
17? Okay. So we will add Toma to the list.
Sorry, I'm here.
That's fine. Let's see.
You made me need to pee now too, dude.
If you need to, go ahead, because I need to do some setting up here.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Let's see. Antonia, you got a 19. Come on, please roll this. Thank you.
Glad to see my pet is here. New pet, new pet.
Right. And I'm gonna move you guys down.
Is it a dragon type of creature since it's scaly, like a scaly panther?
I mean, yeah. It kind of looks draconic. Here,
Or can it speak draconic? I can speak draconic.
You're not sure.
I'm
Maybe.
surprised you can speak.
You said you're surprised it can speak?
I'm surprised you can speak.
Let me see if I can find. There we go. Here we go.
Okay, I'm back.
Cool.
In
And I'll go ahead and
action?
show you what it looks like.
Oh, fun.
Does taking a health potion take an action, or can you just take it?
Oh yeah, are they bonus actions or actions in your game?
That is. Oh, I saw a house rule that I kind of want to try. You can use it either as an action or as a bonus action. If you use it as a bonus action, you roll for the healing. If you take it as a full action, you get the full health back.
Oh, I like that.
I got two.
Yeah.
Can you still take an action to feed somebody else a healing potion?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like, they wouldn't get the full healing. I'm
Yeah.
guessing you'd have to roll for it. But
Yeah, I would make them roll for it. If you're taking it yourself, your body's like ready for it, so you're gonna take it all.
And what would you roll for it? Like,
2d4 plus 2 is a regular healing potion.
It depends on the potion type.
Yeah.
Kobolds. Oh boy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So rather than this, I'm gonna do this real quick. This is gonna seem kind of obnoxious, but it's gonna be the fastest way to do this. That is going to be that. That is going to be that. I'll type in some numbers. 1, 8. Wow, these guys are rolling pretty good. 18.
You've been rolling lights out all day, dude.
I don't understand it. 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Whoever made this module clearly doesn't want the party to make it past level 2, though.
Okay, I think I missed.
Level 2 is really the pinnacle, anyways.
Alright, so I need 2 of those. So 2 plus 2s. Okay. 20. Give me a second. Boy, oh boy. 20.
Jeez Louise, dude.
And I know, does this one not have one? It does not. I'm gonna give him the lower one. And this might all be for nothing too. Alright, so he rolled a nat 1, so good for him. Okay. The next one rolled this. And the next one rolled that. Alright, we're gonna do descending. Alright, so sorry about that, everybody, and I'm gonna move you guys over here. So, still a good ways away is the group. But one of them happened to spot you and stealth their way over and launch an attack against Toma. So we're gonna go close this.
Oh, you do have me on there. You just put it at a 14. It's a +3 though, so I should be
Oops.
at 17.
You should
Hog.
be at 17. Gotcha. Yep.
Am I good? Am I away from this, or do you need me to roll as well?
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll as well, please. 16. Okay. Cool. So let's go ahead and do this. Boom. Okay. What is their movement speed? So, still kind of unaware of what's going on. They're gonna move their speed. And this one is that. His speed. So the rest of the group is still kind of meandering around the building there. But Antonia, you are up. So you see this beast just kind of biting into Toma.
Okay, so I want to kind of like soothe it, like, and try to speak in like Draconic and be like, "Hey, kitty, come over here," like type of thing.
Okay, give me an animal handling with disadvantage. So you gotta click on the big disadvantage. Oof. All right, and it's gonna make
did not
me,
like that.
That sounds about right.
it is going to make me. D20.
It's okay. A few nips is gonna be all right.
Are you
Hey,
kidding me?
Nat 1. Finally.
Oh my god. Alright, so.
We have a friend dragon now?
I wanted.
This creature lets go of Toma's leg and kind of perks up and turns its head to the side at you, Antonia. As if it's listening to you. So we'll say, alright, so you still have your movement if you want to.
Okay, so I would love to pet the creature. Like, I can move, but nothing else.
Yeah, because your action was to use the animal handling.
Okay, I'm so glad. Okay, so I would like to, pet it and kind of soothe it, and then, yeah, that's it.
And then run. Antonia, run!
No, I love it.
Okay, so this draconic little creature here kind of sits down between Toma and Antonia, and it looks away from Antonia, and it looks back at you, Toma, and you watch as its head starts to lower towards the bite wound it inflicted on you, and it starts to kind of lick it.
Oh.
But it kind of stays there. It doesn't really do anything beyond that.
Good boy.
I have tamed the creature.
Alright, Toma, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to pat it on the head and say in Draconic, "Good boy, very good boy." And then I am going to get the fuck out of here. And move into the tree line and hide.
Yeah, so I'll say direct, or that row of squares that you're at, Toma, is the tree line. So Toma, you are successfully in the tree line. Sibmoose, what would you like to do?
I totally forgot that was our goal. Was to get back to the tree line. I was just so excited to have a pet.
Sibmoose says out, "Kill big cat and move," and starts moving towards the tree line.
Okay.
Am I able to try and hide?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and do that.
I
stealth
wanted-
check. You have
Oh,
advantage because of Toma's,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
A little bit.
Do you want me to hide too? I still had an action left. I was trying to hide as well.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and do that. Ooh,
Nice.
nice. All right. So you guys kind of hide. Okay. Let's see. Wow, they are rolling really bad. You guys are
Good.
getting breaks now.
Good.
We need
Stay
it, man.
Far away.
Man, you've been bullying
Oh.
us with these fucking phenomenal rolls and shit.
So I did forget to mention that Grugresh, En-Chentea, and this creature, you guys are at the very edge of the smoke, so you guys do have a little bit of cover that's kind of giving you a little bonus to your stealth. They're rolling with disadvantage to spot you, and they're all rolling garbage.
Oh, good. Let's keep it that way. Only garbage rolls from now on.
I'm sorry, even though I had a 10 on stealth, am I able to try and attack?
Oh, how tall are you?
I am 3 feet and 10 inches.
Okay. Yeah,
But I
that,
can attack.
yeah, I think that 10 inches definitely saves you. I would say, yeah, you'd be able to unleash an attack.
I think this guy didn't move, right? He was already here.
Honestly, I can't remember, but we could say it's technically you did a held action. When he moved
Sure.
closer, you could launch an attack.
And so they have cover? Or mildly obscured, whatever that is now.
There is smoke kind of billowing. So I'm gonna have you roll normally
Okay.
because you would have had advantage, but because of the smoke, you would have had disadvantage. So
Yeah.
it evens out.
Okay, I'll try and attack that one guy.
Okay, go for it. Oh, there it is.
Who did it? So I just roll damage and then double it?
It should double it for you.
Click on it and let's see what it does. There we go. So that is 11 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay, so you let loose an arrow and you kind of watch as it flies through the smoke, and the smoke kind of swirls around it, kind of creating a small little opening for just a second. And you get a clear view of your arrow just piercing this thing in the head and slumping against the ground really hard. And yeah, he's dead.
I say, hey man, like I yell over to the trees. Nice shot, dude.
With
Sibmoose raises his bow and says, "Run, lady!"
with that, you hear the sudden chittering of kobolds. And you hear like,
He's dead! He's dead! Where are they? Find them! They're escaping!
Alright, so now. Alright, we're gonna go there. And they are now using dash actions to get in closer. Let's see. There's that one. Yeah, so they were just kind of slowly walking and meandering, but now they are full on sprinting, looking for who killed this kobold. And we go to Grugresh.
Grugresh is going to use Expeditious Retreat and run the fuck away.
Alright. So that is a bonus action dash, right?
Yep.
So that
You
means
can
you
move
can
90 feet if you want to.
It's like you get a dash with the spell, and then you can do another dash,
Yep.
and then you can do movement on top of that. I think that's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, when you dash. Extra.
Because you can still dash with your regular action too.
Yeah. Yeah, you can move 90 feet this round. Alright, Expeditious Retreat's concentration, isn't it?
I believe
Real
so,
quick,
yes.
before I do that, did they notice us at all?
I am going to say.
No.
Oh,
So you're only lightly obscured. So I'm gonna say that they probably do know your location, and if they don't, they'll know it very soon.
Okay. Grugash is going to go ahead and fire off instead of doing it with his retreat, he's going to fire off a Eldritch Blast towards the cultist right here.
Alright, go for it. I'll zoom in a little bit more so we can get...
Oh, there goes the plan.
14 is a hit.
Wow.
Alright, so you let forth an Eldritch Blast, and it kind of grazes his shoulder, and he kind of turns a little bit. But it does not really seem to have too much of an impact.
And then hopefully this gets the guy's attention. And then I'm going to use Expedition Retreat as a bonus action and dash in the opposite direction of everybody else.
Okay. So, Eldritch Blast is a cantrip, so you can technically still cast... Oh, wait. Expeditious is a bonus action, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you can do both. Alright, so you start running that way. Alright.
And he calls out, "Cowards, follow me and I'll show you true battle."
Okay. So, we're gonna go here. Alright, so you... Alright, so you see a cultist come charging towards you, Grugrash, but he cannot get any further. And we're now at the top of the round. Everybody's got their reactions and such back. So a kobold will come running forward, and ooh, what is the range on that? I didn't mean to click that. Oh yeah, he can totally get that. So he's going to grab a rock from the wall and make a sling attack against you. Grugrash, that's a 7 to hit, so he whiffs that. It goes completely behind him. And he kind of like looks around like, what? But other than that, he does nothing. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. Alright. Antonia, it is now your turn.
So, Grugrash, what to do when you're staying and fighting?
No, I'm leading them away from you guys because you decided to keep a cat.
Oh. So, okay, what I'll do is I'll pet, like, I'll give a little scritch, and then I'll be like, "Come on, buddy, let's go," and then I'll move towards Toma and Smooth.
Okay.
Can I move that far, or?
You should be able to. You can
With
use
the
you can use your dash action to basically run 60 feet if you wish. So you'd be able to get there. I don't know what your movement speed is.
Barbarians usually have extra movement, so...
That's at later levels, though.
Yeah, she's got 30, so you would have to use your dash action to get to where you're at, but you can totally do it.
Yeah, I'll do that with the my little baby.
Okay. Alright, so you kind of watch as the little creature that you kind of pet and then ran from kind of looks over its shoulder at the crowd that is now coming charging in this direction, and it actually will follow you, and it leaps over the wall and follows, and as it does and kind of gets into the tree line, you can hear the villagers screaming as this thing comes running in.
No, do not be afraid. He is baby now.
Okay. Let me see what his... Alright, he is going to pick up a stone and attempt to fling it at you, but it will be at disadvantage. So he only rolled a 12, which does not hit. Alright. Toma, it is now your turn.
Okay, start leading the villagers through the tree line, as far as my feet will take me. The tree line's that way, right?
Yes,
Like
yeah.
back towards the, yeah. So I'll start shepherding people this way, calming them down. Do not be afraid of the beast. It's okay. We have tamed it.
Okay. I'll say that
There you go.
I'll say that 5 of the villagers follow you, Toma.
Okay.
So I'm not going to put their tokens on. I don't want to do so much management. All right, Sibmoos. Our glowing goblin friend.
Yep. Shit. Okay. Yeah. Sibmoos takes a quick look at Antonia, says, "Cat eat you," and begins to help try and shepherd people away.
Okay.
Taking a wide berth from the cat.
All right. Give me a persuasion check with advantage. I just want to see something.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
2 and a 9 or 1 and a 19. Wow.
5. So 9 of them follow you, Sibmoos. Leaving only 2 to kind of stay near Antonia.
Cool.
Just reluctantly stand near me.
Yeah, they're.
I'll,
They don't
I'll
seem to
double
want to
them
move.
Is the where's the priest? Is he with me and Sibmoos?
Yeah,
Or is he
we'll
behind?
say
Okay.
we'll say that he's with you guys. You know what? Here, I'll put him. He's gonna probably be. Nope. All right, I'll put him here.
Okay.
All right. Oh boy, where did I? There you are. Okay. He has to run 60 feet. Okay.
Alright, Grugrash, don't be such a slowpoke.
We'll find out.
So one of the cultists kind of runs behind you, attempting to cut you off, Grugrash. Alright. 30 feet. So this kobold is going to make a sling attack against you. For a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, so you'll take 3 points as a rock kind of smacks you. But beyond that, nothing else. And, alright. Where is he going to go? He's going to go here, and you're going to get another one coming your way. So they all seem to be scrambling towards you, Grugrash. And that one's going to miss. So
Yep.
it whips a rock at you, but it kind of goes diagonally in the wrong direction. But yes, they all seem to be kind of gunning for you as another cultist kind of comes running up. Oh boy. He's going to take the dash action. And
I don't see Gru on the initiative order. Did he already go this round?
Let's see.
He was supposed to be at 8.
Yep,
with
Yeah.
it's actually
Kobold.
it's actually his turn now.
Okay.
So Gru, what do you do? They are quickly moving in. A rather large swarm is you're starting to feel a little
Run,
claustrophobic.
man. There's an opening. Gun it. Gun it.
There is an opening.
An Eldritch Blast on your way out.
Grugrash is gonna go lift his arms up and drop his cape, showing like his body's entirety, and just give everyone the bird and run.
Okay. So you still have your expeditious retreat. Are you are you disengaging? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still have your 60 feet. So maybe your cape trick kind of distracted them.
I forgot I was in melee range for 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna do that. They can hit me. Go ahead.
Okay, so they'll get their 2 attacks, and you get an additional 30 feet.
Yep.
Okay. They are.
Hey, you made it to the tree line.
Alright, well, I want to see if they hit me first before I decide to
Gotcha.
be this
Okay.
far away.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me double.
Because if they drop me, they drop me.
So here is 1.
That hits.
So 5 points of slashing, and then the second one coming your way, hot and fast. A 15.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
I think that's
They both hit.
okay. How you holding up, Brew?
I get this far safely, and I just sit there.
Okay.
Well, not safely, because I'm cut up.
I mean, you technically still have 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if I take the potion or not. Yeah, I'll take the potion. I'm not gonna spend another spell.
Okay. So you move, bonus action to get another 30 feet, and then action to drink a potion.
I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and just run over there because I'm not gonna waste a potion on that.
Okay. Alright. Anything else from Gru then?
I use my action to run, charge. Can I use a bonus action to hide since I'm in the tree line?
I think you've used your bonus action to take the dash action because of Expeditious Retreat.
I don't know. I didn't expend a spell, or does it last?
I thought it was
Last.
I thought it was
Yeah,
a concentration.
It is concentration.
Okay, so I still have it. Okay, I thought I had to spend another spell for that. But never mind. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna go another 30 feet.
You have to make concentration checks for that?
Yeah, you got hit twice with it, so.
That's true.
Concentration at wisdom.
Concentration. So con save.
It's easy.
Fuck.
Alright, so that's as far as you can get. That would be your action. So, now...
I don't play spellcasters at all.
I know.
You could have disengaged to negate those and then gotten away.
Yeah, but I'm not big brain.
Okay, so you get there, and your concentration is broken.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend the bonus action for the potion then. Fuck it.
Alright, so go ahead and do that roll then.
It's 2d4, right?
It is... I just had it.
Nice.
2d4 plus 2, yes. Nice, alright. So...
So it's like I wasn't hit at all.
So yeah, you just kind of stick almost the entire bottle in your mouth and just chug all of the liquid. None of it spills out or anything. Wow. You didn't even need to use an action to get that max heal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So...
Replenished.
Alright. What time is it? Okay. So, let's do this. Let me think. You guys are all relatively okay. So, rather than kind of doing this song and dance, we will just say that since you guys are you guys are familiar with the tree line and kind of following the river bend, and you know where the location of kind of where everything is, including the secret door. I'm going to say, if you guys wish to, you guys can, with the villagers in tow, break through the tree line, and maybe kind of weave in and out of trees and lose them. And I will let Sidmoos do a stealth check with advantage. Because I don't think you guys want to sit here and fight these guys. So.
Yeah.
You spend so long setting it up, I don't want to take that away from you.
No, that's fine. You guys seem to know when to pick up and leave, so I'm going to use that consensus and let you guys escape. So, yeah. So using that 24 for stealth, Sidmoos, you kind of lead the group through the trees. And as you guys kind of sprint off, Toma, you can hear kind of yelling in the distance, kind of coming from where you guys just were. And you can hear, "Where'd they go? I think we lost them. You go that way. You guys over that way. Spread out and find them." And then after a moment you hear, "The church is empty!" And but I am going to say, with that 24, you are safely going to be able to get to the secret door.
We did it.
Is the dragon still with us?
It's still following you. It's
Yeah.
following close behind Antonia.
I would tell it, are you hungry? We have mini rats for you. There are mini rats up here.
Yes.
And I want to sick this thing
rats.
on those rats once we get in there.
Yeah. Just eat whatever you see.
All right, let me get you guys there real quick. I'm gonna do this real quick.
like I'm getting him hyped up. Like, you hungry, buddy? Oh yeah, you hungry?
So, Gino, should have probably done this beforehand. You guys will still be there because you guys are outside. Let me get Sidmoos there. And let me get... Where did that token go? Come on, where are you? There he is. There he is. I'll put him right there. And you know what? I'll put him a little bit closer. They didn't really disperse too far. And we're going to clear this. Alright, so we're going to see how well the rats do against this creature. Swarm of rats.
I was planning on helping as well. Helping the creature
so
fight
yeah,
them.
the secret door does have kind of a barred window type deal, just kind of metal bars, kind of near the top half of the door. The lower half is just complete wood and steel. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Is there anything you wish to kind of bestow upon this creature before you do this?
No, I think he's a perfect little rat killer.
Alright, so the first one we'll use with him, so he's got a +2. So he's got a 17, and what do rats have? Let's find out. I'm going to put these next to each other. They've got +0s. So that would be an 11, an 18, and a 2. Alright, and we're going to order it by descending. And we're going to zoom in. So you guys are all kind of at the gate watching this battle kind of unfold. Can I undo this, please? What is their movement? 30 feet. Alright, so...
we could potentially, cast spells and stuff through the bars.
How about, if it even lasts that long, once per round, somebody can give some type of aid.
Okay.
So, we're gonna say he's going to bite. Normal roll. That is a 12 to hit. Does not hit. So, let me go ahead and put that there. Do I have this in? I don't. Wow. Okay. But that's all it does. Ambush strike. He gets a +4 to hit. D20 +4. That is
Yeah.
a 23 to hit. R1d6 plus 1. Alright, that is that is gonna be 7 points of damage to this thing. You know what? I'm gonna do this. And -7. Alright. So you watch as it kind of reaches down with its mouth open and starts picking up rats and swinging its head side to side, and you can hear the soft plaps as these rats smack against the stone wall. And it manages to kill a good amount of them. This one is going to run forward and make a bite action against him at normal. That is a 4. That is not going to hit. And the last one, they're all kind of cornering the poor creature in the corner here. But none of them can get flanking, so none of them are going to get advantage. That, unfortunately, is going to hit. So that is 6 points of damage. So you kind of watch as these rats are leaping up and attempting to bite this thing, but this last swarm moves in and begins nipping at its legs, and it kind of lets out kind of a sad roar sound. But it's top of the round. Does anybody want to cast in some type of aid?
Yeah, Gregor's gonna go and fire off. He's gonna go right over here. He's gonna use poison spray.
Okay.
So it's all the group.
I was gonna do a sacred flame if that's okay.
You better not hit my baby.
Give me
It
one
shouldn't.
second. It only hits one creature. It doesn't hit all.
The poison spray?
Yeah, it's not like a cone.
I thought it was.
No. It's just a target within 10 feet.
Just Eldritch blast them.
Yeah.
That was just blasting that gun either, though.
Oh, it's not? Oh, my bad. I thought you could hit a bunch of people with it.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
I was gonna do a sacred flame.
Okay.
So DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity. Alright.
On the one that's closest.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw. Okay. Boom. Alright.
Yeah. 4 damage.
Alright, you managed to burn up kind of a good portion of this swarm. But with that, it is top of the round. This swarm of rats is going to make a bite. With what little is left, that is going to hit. He's not going to take the additional 6. He's only going to take the 10 since they are less than half health. Oof. Alright. He is not looking too good. But he is going to make his bite attack. D20 plus 4 to hit. That is going to hit. And there is no conceivable way he can do less than 1 point of damage. So he manages to kill one of the swarm of rats.
Oh, I missed it by 1 damage, really.
Yeah. I always hate that.
Story of my life, man.
I know.
Not 4.
Alright, you're gonna leap up and make a bite against him. That is a 14 to hit. That does hit. That swarm.
Dang, my cat is dying and I'm just sitting here watching.
Alright, so these rats begin to clamor upon this beast. And you, through the bars, can see this draconic creature look behind, kind of through the bars, and it turns and kind of leaps up, and its claws are kind of wrapped around the opening of the viewport. And it's just like letting out like a roar, and
I feel bad for this thing.
these rats
Oh
are
my
kind of
God.
climbing and biting at
No.
it, and then you just kind of watch it like falls over.
Oh my god, that is awful. I want to jump in.
It's a little late for that.
I know
Also, I
so
was trying to
bad.
cast poison spray earlier.
Yeah, dang.
Okay, because I didn't know if you actually.
It's alright.
I need
Well, he's
snappy
dead.
decisions, you know. All right, so he's down, and the rats are kind of the rats begin to swarm on top of him, and you just see a bunch of little moving bodies swarming this poor creature. What do you guys want to do? All right, go for it.
Another sacred flame.
So I need a dexterity for the sacred flame. So here's the dexterity save.
That was the wrong spell.
And I need a con save for the poison spray. Okay, so that was a 17 dexterity for the sacred flame.
Yeah, it passes.
Okay, so no damage at all.
Nope.
Okay, but this one. Are you attacking the one that's closest to the bars, Grugresh? Top one. So you do 7 points of poison damage. So your poison damage does a significant amount of damage, killing off most of them. Now because he is doing that, advantage. Oh my lord.
Wow.
Bites itself.
The double nat ones, the rats start turning on themselves.
So, oh boy. Okay, so I like to do a little fun thing if you roll 2 nat 1s or 2 nat 20s. I like to have a little bit of a miraculous event occur. So these rats are kind of climbing on the body of this draconic creature. And you kind of watch as these mound of rats begin to kind of lift, and they begin to kind of fall to the ground as you watch as very, very weakly this creature gets to its feet. It is now conscious with 1 hit point. Top of the round. Anybody want to throw anything in real quick?
Oh my god, I wish I had ranged attacks. I just want to jump in.
I'm gonna go
I
ahead.
mean, you could open the door and go in there if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Alright, I'll put you right there. So you
Yeah,
swing the
we-
door open.
I want to put my body in front of my cat.
So because of these creatures, you can occupy the same space as them, so you could put yourself right there. And that's pretty much as close as you can to getting in between them. It's really hard because these creatures can kind of just flow through you.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to mash them.
Alright, go
Trap
for
in
it.
the paste.
Yeah, we're going to make paste. Okay. Oh, I clicked it.
I'm going to put them right here just so I can click on them easier.
Yeah.
Alright, that
Nice.
22 is going
Mash
to hit.
them up.
We're mashing them.
So go ahead and roll that damage there.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Better not be a 1. Oh, yes.
There you go.
Alright. Yeah, you managed to clobber a good amount of them. And you kind of listen as the squeaks kind of echo off the walls here.
I'll do another sacred flame.
Okay.
That's really all the
Yeah.
best thing I got for these guys.
Dexterity saving throw. Boom. 12.
Ooh, missed it by 1. Get to do damage.
Alright, and which one are you going for?
The one, the far one. That one right there.
Okay, -3. Alright, yep. Your Radiant Blast managed to burn away most of them. Both swarms are dwindling fast. Alright,
Is it possible for me to throw in an Eldritch Blast?
go for it.
At the far one.
13 At the far one? Okay. Yeah, that's a hit.
Nice.
Alright, with a booming echo, you let loose an Eldritch Blast, and you watch as little rat bodies kind of fly off. But that one is dead. Okay. So, the Ambush Drake is going to attack. So, because he is up, but he is extremely weak. That's for? He is going... Oh, wait. Pack tactics. Oh, okay, so he's just going to roll normally. I was going to have him roll with disadvantage, but because En-Chentea is there, it gets to the use of pack tactics.
Nice.
That is a 12. Hey, enough to hit. So that is a 1d6. D6 plus 1. 4 points of damage. Alright. So it manages to grab a bunch of rats and tear them apart. But otherwise, it is still standing, but barely. Alright, it's gonna do a bite attack against En-Chentea now that she has entered the fray. That is a 21 to hit. And you are only gonna take 10 points of damage. You don't take the extra 2 because it is lower than half its HP.
Yeah, 10 points? I am almost dead.
Alright, top of the round. Anybody tossing their hat in?
Yes.
I imagine I would be like holding up the rear trying to make sure everyone stays safe outside.
I mean, I probably should take my potion at this point.
Rear is gonna go and fire off poison spray at the rats.
Okay, so I need a dexterity saving and a constitution saving. So let's see, that is a 6 for the poison spray. And an 11.
Yeah.
So I think those both hit.
4 radiant.
Okay, so Toma, you let loose your sacred flame and you kind of watch this kind of radiant fire overtake the remaining force of this swarm. And as they're kind of running about and squeaking, Grugresh, you let your Eldritch Blast go, and they kind of get sent flying through the air. So you see these little beacons of light kind of bouncing off the walls down the hallway. But they are dead.
Yes. We saved the baby.
And as soon as kind of the area is clear, you watch as this draconic creature kind of slumps to the ground and kind of lets out like a low rumble. That's kind of a
dying?
one.
Is that like it's death?
It's extremely weak.
It's like his belly is full, but like he's like, I'm in pain.
Yeah.
Screw it. I'll use my healing kit to patch it up real quick.
Alright, so you expend 1 to get him stable.
Yeah, so it has 4 uses now.
Okay. We will say that he does fall unconscious, but he is stable.
Okay.
I'm gonna put him as my item.
Alright, what do you guys want to do? We only have a few seconds left, so...
Oh yeah, can I take my potion? Because I only have 5 health, so...
Go ahead, yeah. Taking it as a full action.
Yeah.
So I think that's 10 hit points back.
Okay. Yay.
Well, I mean, we're back to the keep, basically. We just need to get all of these, all of the villagers into the keep and then bar this thing up again.
Okay. So, yeah, Sibu, sorry. You kind of kept watch the entire time, and I would have let you know if you saw anything kind of coming your way, but it was pretty clear. So you guys have no problem getting the villagers to pile into this hallway here. And they almost start sprinting towards the other end. And with your guys' help, they manage to get to the keep. So let me go ahead. And I'm going to move you to the GM layer because you're not here. Okay. So with that, you guys managed to... Oh, I forgot to move some stuff. That is okay. Whoops, that is not what I meant. Layer, GM layer. Okay, so you guys burst out into the keep, followed by about 16 villagers and the priest Falcon Moon kind of following you. Oh yeah. All right. And as they kind of burst in, you can see that the guards are still doing a good job of keeping the keep safe. But the villagers kind of disperse, looking amongst the other villagers, maybe looking for friends or family, trying to see who's still alive and whatnot. But otherwise, you guys make it back to the keep.
Holy shit, that was intense, you guys.
We survived. I think the most intense was the rat horde.
That could have gone seriously awry. Very good work, everyone.
Died.
Oh wow!
It's a good thing we had a cat to sacrifice.
Yeah, right.
Oh boy.
We saved all the villagers.
What do you guys do with the? You guys all give me nature checks real quick.
I'm so good at these.
Oops, 13.
13, 14.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So
Bro.
Sibmoose and Grugresh, now that you guys have kind of a closer look at it, you guys recognize this creature as an ambush drake. So I will go ahead and put him here. He is unconscious and prone. So are you guys kind of dragging his body into the keep?
Well,
Yeah.
Grugresh goes up to the parapet again and starts just firing off electric blasts as often as he can towards whoever he can hit.
Okay, so I'll put you up there. You kind of just start letting loose Eldritch Blast, kind of scaring any would-be attackers away.
Sibmoose is stepping away from the creature and says, "Creature will most definitely eat someone at some point. Should put it down
With
now."
An enemy.
Maybe we could release it back into the wild where it comes from, under the control of no man. I believe beasts like that should be free.
I guess if we find the place where it came from.
Yeah,
I mean,
Sibmoose
what-
steps away. He's a bit weary.
Okay, guys. Well, we did go over by, oh gosh, almost 30 minutes.
That's okay. We started 30 minutes late.
We're gonna put a bookmark here for today. So, oh boy, I'll.
Dude, that was intense. Good work. Great
Ooh.
session. That was awesome, Hawk. Seriously, you had a lot of plates spinning there. So
Yeah.
seriously, good job.
And oh man, you guys are kind of lucky that their kobold's perception is kind of terrible, because every turn I was rolling perception checks with disadvantage, and they just kept rolling absolute garbage. That could have gone a lot worse, a lot faster.
That's how I feel every single session in our other game, Hawk.
I know.
That could have gone so much worse, but I rolled so bad at the perfect times.
I know. All right, guys. Well, yeah, you guys survived. So that patrol is a campaign ender, and you guys
Yeah.
managed to get away. So congratulations, guys. I'm gonna do some calculations for EXP, but I think I'm gonna do. I gotta decide between EXP and milestone.
Milestone.
Milestone
Milestone.
feels so good.
Mhm. The only problem
Especially. Sorry, go ahead.
I think this one does milestones based on chapter completion.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to kind of balance and see.
Oh, you can change that stuff around if you feel like they don't do a good job of when it should be level ups or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's no fun being level 2 for 8 sessions.
No, it's not. Oh boy, guys. All right.
Awesome. Well, thanks a ton for having me, guys. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
Sibmoose, thank you so much for the last minute guest spot.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Stib Moose. That was fun, man.
Yes, Sibmoose was
I
able
like
to.
your character.
Yeah, he was able to answer the call last minute. I think we were talking kind of last night, and he had his character all built and ready for me this morning. So that was a great help. And yeah, a good thing we had another stealthy person, because that could have gone a lot worse had we not had somebody with good stealth.
Well, yeah,
Yep.
because I can't do Blessing of the Trickster on myself. So even though I have good stealth, like, we need somebody else in the group for those stealth rolls because I can't give myself the blessing.
Oh,
I totally wasted a proficiency in stealth. I should have taken something else.
Oh yeah.
You know, the reason why is I took Thieves' Tools and Stealth because frickin' what's-his-face said that he was going to play a Bard.
Oh yeah.
And then he changed to Rogue last minute. So I have all these Rogue skills that I wasted. And I'm like, well, thanks for telling me you're playing a Bard and then switch to a Rogue last minute, dude. I probably would have picked a different domain, but what can you do?
Looking
I'm
at
sure
you,
it'll work
Gino.
out. It's very flavorful.
All right, guys. All right. Anything you guys want to put out?
Not today, no.
Thursday at the same time?
Yes, it will be Thursday at the same time, 3:30 to 6 o'clock p.m. EST. If you're, I know you said that there might be some complications. If you're not able to make it, Sidmoose, that's fine. Just let me know. But I think Sidmoose will be coming in and out occasionally to help you guys.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I might have some issues like at the last week of the month, but until then, yeah, look forward to playing with y'all. Thank you again.
Yeah, guys. Again, thank you so much for joining us.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead.
I've got one thing. I got one thing I want to shout out before we end the stream.
Yeah, go
Please
for
do.
it.
I'm going to be starting a D&D stream on Friday, more than likely. As long as my mic gets here and everything is set up, we should be starting this Friday at 4 Eastern. And we are going to be playing some homebrew in my world of Atharia. So it should be a lot of fun. We've got the group set and everything. And yeah, we're going to be having lots of fun and rolling some dice and playing some more Dungeons and Dragons. And that's going to be every Friday. So you can tune in to, I'm changing the name. The name of the stream is going to be the D&D Home Brewery.
Nice.
So you can check us out there.
Good stuff. Yeah, definitely. Once that starts going, let me know and I'll start advertising it too.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So if you're following me, you gotta follow him. So.
Yeah, be sure to send me links to everything. That way I can add you all. I run a game normally on Tuesdays that we stream as well, but I think we're taking off this week.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Thanks again, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah. Well.
You too, man.
If nothing else,
Yeah,
guys,
Tuesday.
we will see you guys on Thursday.
Yep, see ya.
Yeah.